are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Pritam.
Pritam?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Zohran Mamdani. It's great to be here with the brothers and the sisters of this masjid. And I'm the first Muslim elected official to ever run for mayor in the history of our city.
Akbir.
And then before I begin, I want to ask everyone here a question, which is if you can raise your hand if you were born outside of this country. Many. Most.
बात ये नहीं है कि मैं क्या बनूंगा, बात ये है कि मैं क्या करूंगा हमारे कम्युनिटीज के लिए और हर एक न्यूयॉर्कर के लिए। मैं हमारे शहर को अफोर्डेबल बनाऊंगा। न्यूयॉर्कर्स मुश्किल से अफोर्ड कर रहे हैं रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान। मैं ये सब बदलने के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ। रेंट फ्री बसेस, यूनिवर्सल चाइल्ड केयर और सस्ती ग्रोसरीज के जरिए। पर आपको एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुमने कभी किसी को वोट किया?
You know, I'm feeling a little trauma walking to the same polling station that I did to vote for Kamala. And, you know, I'm just feeling a lot of hope right now. We did it. I'm feeling a huge...
It is election day. I'm on my way to vote. I don't know that I have ever been more excited to vote for anyone than I am to vote for Zohran Mamdani. I've got my button. I've got my Don't Rank Cuomo t-shirt, but I have them hidden because I'm going to a polling site. Zohran 1, Brad 2, Adrian 3, Stringer 4, Michael Blake 5. And whatever you do, don't rank Cuomo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, right now, we're going to be talking about Mamdani here, who is apparently going to be the New York Socialist and Communist mayor of New York City. So, so we're going to go over a few things here, and this guy is rightfully insane. As you can see here, that these liberal women, these leftist women are insane, and they vote for the destruction of their own city, which I can't wait because people have to face the reality of socialism and communism until it hits them at their right door. So we're going to be going over that. So right now, what we have is that this guy is a lunatic, and he is going to be the actual reason on how he destroys the Democratic Party in itself, and how he will destroy not only just the Democratic Party, but how he will also destroy New York City in every way possible, because not only will he be violating multiple laws, but he also wants to have government-owned grocery stores. Yeah, you heard that right. This guy wants to own government-owned grocery stores. Take a look.
Prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zohran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you.
Yeah, so again, what we have here is this man is just completely looking to have government-owned stores. Now, if this is a thing around the world, by the way, most countries do not have government-owned stores. They're mostly publicly funded, etc. This is what is the correct way to do things. However, this guy wants to go the complete socialist route. He thinks that it's a good idea to have government-owned stores, which is a complete detriment to everything possible. So again, we have this here that government-owned grocery stores are retail food markets operated or directly controlled by a government entity, typically at the national, state, or local level. Unlike private grocery stores, grocery chains, these stores are funded and managed by public authorities, often with the aim of ensuring food security, stabilizing prices, or providing affordable access to essential goods, especially in underserved areas or during economic rises, which this this will be a problem because this doesn't work. It says fully or partially owned by the government, which may involve direct operation or subsidies to maintain affordability. Again, it's still another form of price gouging. Off purpose, often established to address market failures such as high food prices, supply shortages, or lack of access in remote or low-income areas, that may also aim to support local agriculture or reduce reliance on private monopolies. Examples in socialist or centrally planned economies like the Soviet Union or Cuba, government-run stores were common to distribute rationed goods. The last time I checked, those were very socialist places. For example, some countries like Venezuela have state-run stores to provide subsidized food. In India, the public distribution system (PDS) operates government-backed shops to distribute subsidized grains and essentials. But here's the problem we have with this, right? See, you know how we said Venezuela? Well, guess what? It says Venezuelan government-owned grocery stores have faced significant challenges and failures due to a combination of factors, primarily linked to country's economic crisis and government policies. So Venezuela has experienced a severe economic downturn marked by high inflation and a scarcity of foreign currency, making it difficult to import essential goods, including food. The decline in oil prices, Venezuela's primary export, has significantly impacted the government's ability to fund imports. So then you have price and currency controls. Government-imposed price controls aimed at making goods affordable have resulted in low profitability for producers and retailers, discouraging production and leading to shortages. Confusing currency controls and black market exchange rates have further exacerbated the issue, making it difficult for business to obtain the necessary foreign currency for imports. So, again, these are only some of the problems that we have here with along poor management and government seizure of stores. The government has taken over privately owned supermarket chains, accusing them of hoarding, which disrupted existing supply of chains and potentially worsened shortages. So, what does this go down here, guys? That also means that he wants to partially own or fully own these things and have full control and have it. Well, guess what? Venezuela did this very early in this year, modern times, and it's failing. So he's also going to fail New York City with this planning. Also, there's also this. See, he's not just also a full-blown socialist / communist. He's also a person that wants to defund the police. He has this here where he says, no, we want to defund the police. Queer liberation means defund the police. From coast to coast right now, mayors and governors of deep blue cities and states are collaborating with violent right-wing government to enforce curfews, round up protesters, and run them down in the street, including defund the NYPD. And says we have to wait to see if our lead holds, but to be leading even amidst a global pandemic makes it clear another world really possible. Together we can tax the rich, heal the sick, house the poor, defund the police, and build a socialist New York. So he's even saying that he's a socialist. On top of that, if you tax the rich to the point to where it's just insane, by the way, where you tax the rich, they're just going to leave. You already have exodus coming out of New York in general. Like, I'm pretty sure that the exodus of New York is already happening. So if you tax the rich even more, it's going to be worse. I mean, these tax hikes that he looks like he's doing here is absolutely insane, and it's just not going to work. And if it does pass, New York is cooked. It's done. So I don't know what we're going to do here with this type of issue. He even goes on to further say that we can't reform a system working exactly as designed to control black, brown, and poor New Yorkers. We need to defund the police, get them out of matters they have no business in, free the thousands locked up unjustly, and invest their savings in those impacted by state violence. And we all know what happens after you defund the police. Defunding the police. Violence started upticking. Well, guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen here. New York already has a huge violence problem in general after they defunding the police. And if they defund it again, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a huge uptick in violence and all across the board. So have fun with that. And now we have another thing too with this man. This man also wants to go out to arrest Netanyahu. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not a fan of Israel. I'm not a huge fan of Netanyahu whatsoever, but he has no power whatsoever to arrest international people or whatsoever. You can't. Unless they commit a crime in your own city or your own country, you cannot arrest these people. But he says he's going to outright go after Netanyahu and arrest him. Take a look.
To the question around Benjamin Netanyahu, I was asked what I would do after he had just been issued an arrest warrant by the International Court of Justice. My answer is the same whether we are speaking about Vladimir Putin or Netanyahu. I think that this should be a city in compliance with international law. And we have seen other countries across the world who are signatories to the ICC state that they would honor that same request, be it Canada or other countries in Europe. And their honoring of it meant that Netanyahu did not travel.
Zohran Mamdani, would you welcome Prime Minister Netanyahu to New York City for whatever he comes for, given the US is not a signatory to the ICC, so he can travel to the US, unlike a lot of other countries. Would Mayor Mamdani welcome Benjamin Netanyahu to the city?
No. As mayor, New York City would arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. This is a city that our values are in line with international law. It's time that our actions are also.
Even though the US is not a signatory to the ICC?
No, it's time that we actually step up and make clear what we are willing to do to showcase the leadership that is sorely missing in the federal administration.
Yeah, so this is all completely stupid. This makes no sense. And again, if we go back to actual laws here, and what does New York have in terms of these laws and what have you, here's what we have. New York City, as a municipal government within the United States, does not have jurisdiction over international law. International law governs relations between sovereign states and is primarily enforced through treaties. International organization, the United Nations, and customary practice recognized globally, NYC as a city operates under the legal framework of New York State and the U.S. federal government, which has exclusive authority over foreign affairs and international law under the U.S. Constitution. So again, he doesn't have power to do this. On top of that, it says USC's jurisdiction is limited to local matters like zoning, public safety, and city ordinances. It cannot enact or enforce international law. It can't even enforce other state laws. So on top of this, it's like other states cannot enforce other states' laws. It's just not possible. So how in the bloody heck can this guy go out and say, oh, I'm going to go out and enforce international law? It doesn't make sense. It says the U.S. federal government through entities like the State Department handles international law, including treaties and diplomacy. And NYC hosts international institutions like the UN headquarters. This is a function of the status as a global city and not a grant of legal authority. The UN operates under its own international legal framework, not NYC's jurisdiction. So again, he is failing massively here. How can he do laws that does not actually work in his own state? It is that laws that work internationally, not his own state, but internationally. So again, we have a massive problem here. This guy is outright lying. He's going to completely destroy the government, and not only that, this man could be arrested for violating international law to begin with because he has no power to do so. Then let's add the cherry on top. This guy was born in Uganda. Yes, he has U.S. citizenship, but he was born in Uganda. So what does he know about anything about being a mayor or any about our laws? This guy is going to completely destroy New York City. I cannot wait, and it's just a time of the matter. So again, guys, this is what we have about this Mamdani guy and the stupidity of it all. And icing on the cake, he has also he's also completely destroyed all these democratic people in a landslide. So it's not good. So New Yorkers, have fun with your socialists. Don't cry when your entire state goes into crumble and you lose more people. It's all a matter of time. And don't blame me, blame yourselves. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, as always. Take care, my friends. And New Yorkers, you're screwed.